Once, in a peaceful village surrounded by vast fields and deep forests, there lived a young man named Kaido. He was an archer, known far and wide for his remarkable precision with the bow. His arrows always struck the center of every target, never missing. Yet despite his skill, Kaido's heart remained unsettled. No matter how perfect his aim, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. His mind, like a restless river, flowed constantly with doubt and frustration. Kaido spent his days practicing, trying to quiet his thoughts by focusing on his shooting. But no matter how much time passed, he couldn't find peace. His friend, noticing Kaido's troubled expression, said, "If you truly seek peace, there is someone who might help. Deep in the forest, there lives a master archer. He has discovered the secret to calm through the art of archery." Intrigued, Kaido packed his bow and set off on the long journey through the forest. For days he walked, his mind still racing with thoughts of perfection, uncertainty, and ambition. Finally, after much travel, he arrived at a small clearing. There, sitting quietly under the shade of a tree, was the master, a man with a calm presence and an air of deep wisdom. Kaido approached and bowed respectfully. "Master, I am a skilled archer, but my heart is restless. No matter how many targets I hit, I cannot find peace. Can you teach me how to calm my mind?" The master opened his eyes, studying Kaido for a moment before rising to his feet. "You aim for peace by trying to hit the target," he said softly. "But peace cannot be found through the arrow's flight." Confused, Kaido watched as the master handed him an arrow. "Today," the master continued, "we will not aim for any target. Instead, we will aim for nothing." Kaido frowned but nodded, eager to learn whatever the master had to teach. He readied his bow, but his eyes searched for something to aim at. There was no target in sight, just the open sky and the trees surrounding them. "But where should I aim?" Kaido asked, puzzled. The master smiled and lifted his own bow, drawing it back with ease. "Aim nowhere. Let go of the need to hit a target. Just shoot." With that, the master released his arrow, which soared into the sky, directionless and free. Kaido hesitated for a moment, then slowly let his own arrow fly. For the first time, he wasn't thinking about where it would land or how close to perfection it would be. He simply let go, and in that instant, something inside him shifted. Kaido lowered his bow, a strange calm settling over him. "Master," he said softly, "I feel lighter." The master nodded, placing a hand on Kaido's shoulder. "You see, young archer, when you let go of the need to hit the mark, you free your mind. The real aim is not out there." The master pointed to the distant horizon, but in here. He tapped Kaido's chest, just over his heart. Kaido's eyes widened in realization. His pursuit of perfection had blinded him to the peace he was seeking all along. The targets he shot had become symbols of his own struggle to control everything around him. But true peace, he understood now, came from releasing that control, from accepting the moment as it was. Later that day, Kaido practiced again, but this time, something was different. His movements were fluid, his mind no longer bound by frustration or fear. As his arrows flew, he didn't care about whether they hit the center of the target. He shot not to prove himself, but simply to be present in the act itself. And as he did, something remarkable happened. His arrows began to land truer than ever. From that day forward, Kaido practiced not to hit the target, but to find peace within himself. The targets were still there, but they no longer defined his success. His heart, once restless, now beat with a quiet rhythm in sync with the world around him. And so, Kaido learned the greatest lesson of all: the truest target we can ever aim for is the one inside our own hearts.